really want you to get this message to your attorneys is that it doesn't take a lot of time on LinkedIn to get results from it.
I'm going to talk to you about visual-based communications because people don't have time anymore. And they stop at pictures and they're not reading like they used to. People are more scanning. So visual-based communications is a great way to get your company and your company's message and your desire to be a thought leader to cut through the clutter.
Apps have become a worldwide phenomenon, as you all know. And the last stat that I saw on apps is 1.6 million growing every day.
A lot of times people do social media and they're like, I don't really see any results. I'm not seeing people sharing, retweeting, repinning, liking, whatever the phrase of the social network. So I think this is a failure. But this is a key point. 74% of people are invisible users. They're voyeurs. A lot of times you'll run into someone who you never see say anything on Facebook, but they know everything about your life. And it's like, I didn't know you were even on Facebook.
Smartphone usage, as you might expect, is especially high with the Gen X and younger generation. Gen X is like 45, 46 or younger. Those are increasingly the decision makers. Those are the people who are buying legal services. So we need to pay attention to the way that they're consuming information.
So how to get started, pick a practice that's a really progressive practice area that is interested in doing something new and different. Pick a hot topic, develop a messaging guide, and work with a designer or an agency so the first one out the bat looks great and everyone gets excited.
It's an exciting time to be looking at this area. It definitely takes a lot of creativity, but I think if you can produce something of value, it's a real way to differentiate your firm.
One of the best ways to get results is to really create a strong profile. You can customize your headline, personalize your URL, complete the summary section, really, and LinkedIn walks you through. That's the time commitment up front. I mean, really a few hours, and you'll have a good profile. And then on an ongoing basis, 20 minutes a week, that's it. You know, look at the news feed once a week. Connect with people. It is important to continue to connect because that builds your connections and they do grow exponentially. But 20 minutes a week would be sufficient.
And one of the nice things about being in a law firm is there typically is a lot of content. You know, you have people who are experts in all types of different subjects.
Sometimes the narrative process takes a good bit of time to get the agreement and all that. But shooting a quick video with a fireside chat, kind of getting the same content out, but just have them sit for 5 minutes. Once they nail it, it's edited, it's done.
Having the right vendor is really key, having someone who has the experience. And I do think it's important to pay for quality because I've heard a lot of horror stories of people who, you know, you can do like a website or an app, you know, for like $50K or less or even less than that these days. But is that going to be representative of your brand?
My recommendation is a phrase called Go Responsive. I don't know if you guys have heard about this. Responsive websites is now you can make one website that will auto-adjust to every size device.
One of the most important things to do is to send a note when you send a connection request, and just drill this into the lawyers because you can click the button that just says connect, just like when you friend on Facebook, but there's no note, there's no context, and it's really not nice. So just say one sentence regarding why you want to connect. First of all, it's polite. Second of all, it can begin to start a conversation just from that one sentence saying you want to connect. There are many lawyers, justifiably so, who are concerned about confidentiality issues and don't want their connections to be open. And so you always have the option to keep your connections open, invisible to all your connections, or closed so that your connections cannot see them.
We've had some experiences where, you know, the best intel we had on someone we were going to pitch was actually from their LinkedIn profile. So that's a good, I think that's a good argument to make to the attorneys as to why they need to be on LinkedIn as well.